Hey everyone, this is Will. Welcome to Black in the Core. On this channel, we cover the best of Black life and culture in New York City. Hey guys, welcome to Black in the Core. My name is Will, and today we are going to be talking about the Gilded Age. Now, normally I don't cover TV shows, but this one is a rare exception because, number one, it's about New York City. Number two, it's focusing in on the Black upper class of the 1800s. Now, I don't know about you, but as far as I'm concerned, I didn't have that in my education. I didn't know, basically, it feels like in my classes, we went from slavery to being on the back of the bus, really. So, you know, I have been blown away by the depictions showcasing the Black elite of that time. I just really didn't know. This show it's refreshing. It's refreshing in the way that it depicts Black life, and a lot of it is authentic. You know, it's historical. So we're getting to see Black life at that time when, you know, basically people were moving north and they were looking to have a better life after slavery. So you had Black people buying property to build their own churches. They were building their own schools. They were teaching the Black children. They had different societies like the Colored Orphan Society. They had literary circles, and they had their own balls, you know, with the wealthy elite, the Black elite. And we never really get to hear about that or learn about that, you know, and grade school and in our education. So I was really taken aback to the point where I had to do my own research, because I was like, is this even real? Like, is this like just fantasy, like some other shows that are out there right now that, you know, Bridgerton and different things like that, or is this like really authentic? I wanted to find out. So I started reading different books. Like, I'll show you just a few that I've gotten into. Brooklynites, the remarkable story of the free Black communities that shaped a borough. This book here, I read this, and it was just a page turner, learning about the different families, the Krogers and the Wilsons, all those people that were starting, who were founding these institutions. They weren't really getting the respect and the treatment that they deserved in integrated settings. So watching the show makes you feel like you need to go back and learn more about this incredible time in history. And so that's exactly what I've been doing. And I've been learning all about the Colored 400, the people of that time, you know, and the Black newspapers at that time, the activist groups, the suffrage groups. I never really realized that could happen all by just watching a TV show. So I think that The Gilded Age is a very special show. In the beginning, we're introduced to Peggy, and it starts off in an unusual kind of way, because she ends up helping a white woman who lost her train fare. She ends up giving money to a white woman to board the train and go to New York, and they end up developing a friendship. And as a result of that friendship, we get to see Marion and what her life is like in a predominantly white world based in Manhattan, Fifth Avenue. And then we get to see Peggy and what life is like with her living in Brooklyn at that time. Peggy is the daughter of a freed slave. His name is Arthur. He moved to the north. He became a pharmacist, and now he has his own pharmacy. They have their own maid. They have beautiful furnishings, beautiful clothing. The mother, she is played by Audra McDonald. She plays the piano. So we get to see elements of their lives revealed. Most whites living at that time, back then, a lot of them were unaware of all the progress that Blacks had made at that time, because there were these separate worlds. Peggy Scott, she's a secretary for the Van Ryans, but she's also a writer. She's working on her own book. She is writing for one of the Black newspapers, one of the biggest Black newspapers of the time. And what I love about the show is the way that they dress Peggy. In fact, I think that she's the best dressed of the entire cast. Like, they're trying to show her station in life and how her family was not poor, but they were actually doing well, and they could afford very high quality clothing at the time. One of my favorite scenes in the first season was with the character Marion. So Marion takes a trip from Manhattan to Brooklyn to visit Peggy and give her a gift. Now, this is a surprise visit, right? Peggy doesn't know that Marion is doing this. She doesn't know that she's going to be visiting. Marion just shows up unannounced. So she goes to Peggy's home, and the door opens, and it's not Peggy. It's not any of her family members. It's the maid. So Marion is shocked by that. She's seeing what we're seeing. Peggy's family, they come out, and they're all dressed in, decked out in fancy clothing. And so Marion has this gift, and it's a bag of old shoes that she's planning to give to Peggy because she thinks that Peggy, may need them. It's very thought-provoking to see how
What's in the bag?
Embarrassed Marion becomes as she doesn't want to open, she doesn't even want to give the gift at this point. She doesn't want to open the bag because she realizes right away that it's an insult. And she doesn't mean it to be an insult, but that's just like, again, going to the idea that white people did not know back then the levels that the black people who were recently being freed and after slavery, the levels that they were achieving. Back at that time, there was no social media. There was no, word didn't get around like that. So it was really a shock. Black people living well, doing well, building generational wealth, reading books, playing the piano, just all the things that we don't think about when we think about black people at that time. But it really doesn't make sense because when you think about that time, imagine having freedom and this desire to prove your humanity and use your intellect and rise to the highest levels that you could at the time. Like, it just makes better sense that would be happening. And despite the challenges they faced, the overt racism, all the different things that they had to endure, even still, they were able to rise up and pull themselves up by their bootstraps and do all these amazing things. They were self-made. Just makes you feel inspired, want to learn more, and just share it with as many people as you can. I'm really thankful for the black producers, directors, and writers that are on this show. I think it adds that level of authenticity that black people are looking for, they need, and they want. Sonia Warfield, who is the co-writer, and she was brought on board to help to tell Peggy's story and bring authenticity to Peggy's story. Erica Dunbar, who is one of the black historians on the show. Sally Richardson Whitfield, who is an executive producer. She also directed season 1 and season 3. Season 3 has been amazing. We got to see a black ball. We got to see what a doctor looks like around that time, and so many other things. I'm very happy to hear the news that HBO renewed it for season 4, and I've also heard that that's a direct result to its viewership growing over the course of 3 seasons. I think it's important for us to support period pieces like this that spotlight black culture and black history, a chapter in black history, black New York history, that we rarely, if ever, get to hear about, understand, talk about. And it's just been really great having the show and looking forward to it every week. If you like this video, please make sure you comment and let me know your thoughts on the Gilded Age. Please subscribe to my channel for future videos on New York City and hit the notification bell to receive more updates.